coming in to help facilitate getting all of the product from within BioLab out and safely contained and put away. But right now, shelter in place order, and for the area surrounding the BioLab area from, I believe, Sigmund Road to I-20 is really the hot spot right now that people are being told to shelter in place.
The north side of the county is really now how they're wording it.
Okay.
North side of Rockdale County, shelter in place. And if you do need to shelter in place, they have opened a gym, the JP Card Gym, as the evacuation site for people that needed to go there. Otherwise, they're being told, people who live in that area, to keep their doors and windows shut and
Right.
to, stay at home.
Right. And that was something that we were concerned about. Again, we were talking about that southwest wind. The fire chief worried about a shift in wind direction. Thankfully, the wind isn't going to be extremely variable today, it doesn't look like. So hopefully, they will be able to kind of go in the direction that they're going in right now and kind of contain it and assess without the wind changing direction and shifting rapidly. It'd be a completely different story if a cold front was coming through here where the wind changes really fast. But again, no estimated end time to this. There's a lot of work that needs to be done between the cleanup process and the assessment process with the air quality. Right now, again, that shelter in place order, if you live in this area, you probably got the emergency alert on your phone. So if you've got that emergency alert on your phone, just be sure you are heeding the warning and taking the precautions that were listed there, which of course is shelter in place and keep your doors and windows shut right now.
60 first responders on the scene. So you can imagine this is a pretty big response. So they are there. That was the Rockdale County Fire Chief, who we heard from, also the EMA director and a spokesperson for the county. But yes, they tell us that 60 first responders are on that scene. So that is the very latest. No injuries, and this was caused by sprinklers malfunctioning in the BioLab plant this morning. It started around 5 a.m. That caused a reaction with chemicals in that plant. There was a small fire on the roof, but again, everybody is accounted for. The EPA is on site to get this under control, but people in the northern half of the county, again, being told to evacuate, and then others nearby being told to shelter in place. So we will keep you updated all day long on our streaming channels here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Megan Packer. I've been joined by First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Courtney, thank you so much for all of your helpful information, and we will keep you updated all day long. We will have crews out there. Be sure to download our Atlanta News First app. We will give you the very latest there as well. But for now, we will sign off here, but much more to come throughout the day as we learn more about this developing story in Rockdale County. Thanks for sticking with us this morning. Residential in this immediate area, do you know, or is it most, they say, if they're getting ready to update us?
The roof and was contained quite quickly.
Could you tell us how many people, we're hearing that people had to be evacuated and have an evacuation center set up. Do you know approximately how many people were evacuated?
So for that, I would like to refer to the sheriff department. They've been mitigating the evacuation process.
Did you have any employees in the building at the time?
With BioLab, yes, there were employees there.
And what's the status of them? Are they okay, or is everybody transported?
Yeah, everybody's been evacuated out of that immediate area. The plant manager is on site, and once again, EPA is on site, as well as other companies. So everyone in that immediate area has been removed.
No injuries?
No injuries reported at this time.
All firefighters and first responders okay?
All firefighters and first responders okay. We have about 60 folks over there on the scene working through this, so it's going to be a long process, but we're here to the end.
We've been hearing that this same location, I guess, had a fire in 2004. There was some incidents there in 2020 and even one this year as well. Can you speak to how many incidents have occurred?
I cannot, since I've been a part of Rockdale County for 7 years, and with that time, this is probably the third incident of this magnitude. There are smaller incidents that occurred, but incidents of this magnitude, this is about the third one within a 7-year period.
Were there the other two, were there fires as well? Or?
Once again, the products mixing with water, starting that chemical reaction, those type of situations.
When was the last one that you can remember?
That I remember, big one was 2021 of this magnitude, 2021.
What do you, as far as safety, safety measures, we saw smoke in the air recently. It looks like it's clearing. What are you guys telling folks now?
We're telling people to shelter in place, keep your doors and windows closed. Any event the wind shift, this thing can change really quickly. But once again, shelter in place, windows and doors closed.
Do you know approximately how long it's going to take to get all of this material out of the
To
building?
give you a specific time, no, but I will say we'll be here all day. It's a very long process. We are just really still at the top of it. We have all agencies in place. But once again, just the biggest thing right now is being able to get all those pallets out. So they have been working with different companies to get the necessary equipment on that we can remove those pallets. And once again, once we can get that chemical out of the building and allow it to burn off, we'll be in a much better place. But that is going to be a process.
Was that chemical chlorine in the
I
air?
do not know the
Chlorine?
specific type of chemical, but only that it is water reactive.
What about what was in the air? What, was it
It
just
was a
smoke in the air?
it was from the product itself. The mixture of the water and the water reactive chemical produced that plume. What that plume consisted of, the particular chemicals, I do not know.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sharon Webb, Director of EMA. And to sort of elaborate on what was just asked to Chief Mack, we have EPA and EPD just arrived on scene. So they will be conducting some air monitoring to give us more of an idea of what the plume consists of.
Where's the evacuation center?
Evacuation center is at our JP Carr Gym, which is at 90 Hardin Street, Covington, Georgia, 30012. And it's somewhat into the city of Conyers. And that's where all the evacuees will house up right now.
How long do you think the shelter in place will be in effect? We just all got that emergency alert on our phones.
Yes, ma'am. There's really no specific time frame. It depends on what the readings come back for the plume, how it, what the chemicals are in it, and as far as when the pallets are cleared for the off gassing to stop.
Do you have a time or like a radius of how many people were evacuated from the initial incident site?
I don't have a specific radius. I do know that we pushed it all the way up to the north side to the county for shelter in place, and then Lester Road was our main focus point for evacuations.
What can you say to people who are kind of concerned as far as safety? Like, am I going to get sick later? That type of
So ESF 8 has been notified with our local hospitals, and they will be pushing out a PSA in reference to irritants and things like that. If someone was to accumulate those, or what they need to process, they need to take.
So we asked you about the radius. Do you have a ballpark number of how many people you think you guys had to evacuate?
I'm going to turn that over to Rockdale County Sheriff's Office. They actually enforced evacuation, so they can give you more specific idea of number.
Hi, good morning. My name is Christine Nesbitt. I am the Public Information Officer for Rockdale County Sheriff's Office.
Christine, is it with a C or a K?
It's with the C.
Now, can you answer that question that I just had about a ballpark number of how many people you guys think that you had to evacuate?
We don't have that number at this time.
For those folks who have been evacuated to, I guess, the local gym, if they're not, will they be able to return back to their home tonight? And if not, is there a plan in place for those folks to stay there, or where would they go?
Right now, there's not a plan in place for if they are not able to return to their home later on tonight, but we are steady working on a plan.
A little bit more, but once again, we do have EPA on site. So once we get the product contained, get the situation itself mitigated, and then they will survey the area, the air, and once again, we'll send out a public message speaking to whether or not you can return to your home if there's any further cause for concern.
So, I'm sorry to cut it, but you said a public message. Would it be an alert like we just got, like, hey, it's safe to return home? How are you going to get that message out?
Yes. So once again, we will communicate with EPA. They will get us the information, letting us know if it's safe. If it's not safe, we will get it to our public directors, and they will get that message out.
So I guess what I'm asking specifically is, should people be looking at Facebook? Should they go to the Rockdale County website?
Absolutely,
How
yes.
should they do that?
That is where you're going to get your most accurate information from Facebook, Rockdale County, Georgia, RockdaleCountyGA.gov, Facebook page will provide you accurate information. If there's something you do not understand, there's plenty of contact information for you to reach out. We much rather people to reach out if anything you do not understand. Do not get caught up in the rumors and don't want fear. This is a well-handled incident. All the particular specific entities are in place. We have this under control. We're looking to get it even more under control, and we will be out here until the very end.
Typically, how long does this process take? I know you said EPA is out here, but just a ballpark of how long this could take?
So we're looking to be here. This started once again about 5 o'clock. 5:30 is when my phone started ringing, and so from that to where we are now, we are still really in that first phase. Haven't really entered into the second phase. Second phase and third phase can happen quite quickly. Once again, the biggest thing is removing that product from the building. Once we can get that product up, which requires heavy equipment, which we have en route. Once we get that done, we can move forward. But once again, if you need information, go to rockdalecountyga.gov, social media, for all the information you need.
Anything else you guys want to say about the tours, any more road closures that you guys are anticipating when you guys are able to get that?
Yeah, once everything is done and we've deemed this incident closed, all that information will be put out via social media, via press release, and that's all we are at that point. All right, thank you.
All right, you have been listening live to an update in Rockdale County from officials there, getting a lot more details now about this incident at a plant. I'm Megan Packer here with Atlanta News First Plus, joined by First Alert meteorologist Courtney. Let's show you some video from earlier. This is some video our photographer shot a little while ago. This is not a live image, but this gives you an idea of just the smoke that people saw in this area. So we know that this started around 5 o'clock at the biolab facility there in Rockdale County. And the fire chief said that a sprinkler had malfunctioned. That caused a chemical reaction and a plume of smoke that moved northeast from the biolab building. There was a small fire on the roof that was contained, but they are still working to remove the reactive chemical to stop the chemical reaction that requires heavy equipment. The EPA is on scene now. All of the people who were working in the building are okay. They are accounted for, no injuries. They have been evacuated.
Right. And they were also saying no exact end time with all of this right now. The fire chief did say that this is a pretty lengthy process, which I imagine it would be, having to handle chemicals like that. It seems like there was a lot of whatever essentially reacted to the sprinkler system within that plant. So we were informed that extra people were coming in to help facilitate getting all of the product from within biolab out and safely contained and put away. But right now, shelter in place order, and for the area surrounding
Hello, welcome to Chatting It Up with CJ. I am your host, CJ Lester. As you all know, there has been a chemical biolab fire. Well, actually, it looked like the sprinklers were set off, and it was the water, uh, where they test the water and stuff. So it looked like the sprinklers got set off, and there was a fire on top of the roof, but the fire has been contained. The situation is under control, and that the chemicals you see in the air is just like the reaction from the sprinklers being set off. So, but it looks like they have it under control. I am trying to get in contact with either the sheriff, and if anybody has the information of Chief Mack of the fire department, I would like to get her on today if we can. Uh, we'll have a live conference and do it that way. So if anybody has her information, that will be great. But stay up to date with here, and any more information I have, I will get back to you on that as well. Thank you. God bless. Stay safe. So there is a uh, don't go anywhere place in order. So stay home, stay safe, unless you have to go get out, and avoid those areas that they mentioned. So stay safe. God bless.
Responders are on that scene. So that is the very latest. No injuries, and this was caused by sprinklers malfunctioning in the biolab plant this morning. It started around 5 a.m. That caused a reaction with chemicals in that plant. There was a small fire on the roof, but again, everybody is accounted for. The EPA is on site to get this under control, but people in the northern half of the county, again, being told to evacuate, and then others nearby being told to shelter in place. So we will keep you updated all day long on our streaming channels here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Megan Packer. I've been joined by First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Courtney, thank you so much for all of your helpful information, and we will keep you updated all day long. We will have crews out there. Be sure to download our Atlanta News First app. We will give you the very latest there as well. But for now, we will sign off here, but much more to come throughout the day as we learn more about this developing story in Rockdale County. Thanks for sticking with us this morning.